digital pedagogy. So I will discuss something that why digital pedagogy is important and what is the meaning of it, and how many devices, how many software are available with NCERT that you can use, and also some example I would like to discuss. So, okay. So, first of all, let us see what is the need of digital pedagogy. Is it okay? I am audible to all of you?
Yes, madam, you are audible.
Okay. So, first of all, let us see why digital pedagogy is important and why do we need it at this time. Digital pedagogy is very important for developing and 21st century skills. What are those 21st century skills? These are 4 C's: creativity, action, and communication. And these skills have been emphasized in our NEP 2020 also. You might have seen the newly released NEP. So these 4 skills have been emphasized in our NEP also. So that is one of the reasons. The second reason is that because of the present pandemic, there has been a paradigm shift in the pedagogy. We have to learn, we have to use pedagogy. The other aspect is that the advantages, what are the advantages of using digital pedagogy is that if it is planned properly, then we can have active participation of our students, and also lots of group interaction can be done, and with the help of computer, mobile, create feedback can be given, easy connectivity everywhere, anywhere, anytime. Is no limit to the class size. So and also in the present scenario, there has been change of all the stakeholder of education, not only teacher, educator, policy maker, and all other whosoever are involved, like parent and community. So we have to adjust ourselves to the pedagogy. So it is very easy. It appears very easy to say. There are many hurdles. First of all, how can we start? So let us first see. First step can be for teachers. We know that all of you have been joined us from far flung areas. There are many places where to talk of activity of computer and mobile smartphone, there is not television. So how can it be done? So one document has been prepared by Government of India, NCERT prepared, that has been given there. First of all, we are aware from all the short limitations in the country, because all of the states have presented report to the central government, and we are having authentic data. A survey was also conducted. So it is suggested by ministry, it is suggested by NCERT that first of all, we need to do a survey. It is not a difficult job. So say in my class there are 30. So first of all, I would like to know that how many students have computer, laptop, smartphone with 4G internet connections as well as television set with DTH and cable connections. So let us say there are 5 or 10. Then how many of them have only a smartphone? How many of them have only television connections? And how many have mobile with limited 3G or 2G connections, no access to internet? And how many have television set only? with DTH connections and how many have radio set or basic mobile phone with FM, and obviously there will be some students who do not have any digital device. So this is the first step, and accordingly we will have to plan for the digital pedagogy. So let us first of all classify our student in various category. This is important. So digital pedagogy and ICT, what is the difference here? Digital pedagogy means study and use of digital technology, teaching and learning. And in digital pedagogy means to understand learners, their context, their social, political, psychological learning, learning approach and strategies. Their digital tools and learning outcomes.
Hemanta Das. Madam, sorry, Hemanta Das, please mute your audio. Voice is creating trouble here in the training. All of you mute your audio. Listen to madam, please.
Shamila, those who are not muting their mic will go to lobby. So I will put them in the lobby. I will put them in the lobby so that we don't have any disturbance here. Okay? Yeah.
And we have no option because I'm requesting everyone again, please mute your, learn how to mute. Nalke keneke mute koribo lage shiki lobo niki? Ranga button tunnu keneke press kori dibo tita mute hoye jabo apnaloke aru bare bare touch nokoribo phone to.
Yes.
Request korisu soboke ami static from karna bhalke. Please.
Yes.
Actually, madam, আমি এটা বড় সমস্যা পাই আছো
বুঝাব না চাই আছে
Should I continue?
Madam, we have this option of muting everybody and nobody can unmute themselves.
So,
Continue option, madam.
The difference between ICT and digital education. Digital education, digital pedagogy involves teaching learning through online mode also using various software and various devices, whereas ICT simply means the device or the technology that is used to create, store, retrieve, manipulate, and receive digital information. So the meaning is that one example can be given like if we have a smartphone, then we can take a picture of say a plant and then we can store it, edit it, we can send it to our students to study the nature of the plant. So we are creating, storing, retrieving, manipulating, transmitting and receiving digital information. But digital pedagogy means you have to indulge in online education also. So how to start? The first step is to identify whosoever are having 4G connection, 3G connection and no connection, and then the second step will be let us analyze the content. Whatever subject we are teaching, let us start analyzing the content. Say in class 6, study about transparent, translucent and opaque object. So and how does the size of shadow change with distance from the concept? So let us analyze the concept: transparent, translucent and opaque object. So identify nature of content, and based on the nature of content, identify the appropriate pedagogy. So what pedagogy will be there? Obviously, if we want to teach our students, then they should have familiarity with this type of material. So how to help them to identify different type of material? We can show photograph or something. So depending upon the learning needs, style and pace of the learner. So am I okay with English? Everybody is understanding? Or should I say?
ইকো হয়ে আছে
Based on the pedagogy, the proper ICT. Can we take photograph of different type of material, or can we give our student the activity that look at a room, your surrounding, what are the transparent, translucent, opaque object, you make the list of those material, thing. And then we need to integrate content, pedagogy, technology meaningfully. How it is to be integrated so that it is relevant to the content and also it is suitable to the learner in using those skills, because there are so many softwares available that also free of cost, but all software teacher might not be knowing. So that is also one of the deciding factor. Now, then to select the content, let us find out whether the content is factual, conceptual, procedural or metacognitive. Take one example. Factual content is what are the different parts of a plant. That is a factual content. And conceptual content will be like what are the laws of reflection of light. Say how food is digested, describe, explain. So that can be conceptual content. Then procedure content like describe construction and working of an electric generator. That can be procedure content. And then metacognitive content. So metacognitive content means what are the various factors that contribute to air pollution and how can you mitigate this effect? Or do you think war is the only way to bring peace? So that is metacognitive content. So first let us see what is the nature of our content, and then you think about the nature of the content that is available to you. Text, image, audio, video, interactive, animation, simulation. I will stop here. Please, can you switch on or that chat box so that I can continuously interact with the participants? Is that possible?
Yes, participants can write their questions or their queries on chat box. It is open to all.
Okay, this is not visible to me, so that is why.
Just click on chat. Can you see the chat? Hello.
No, I am not able to see. Yes, now I can see. Okay, good. Now context. Also, we need to consider about context. So, what are the ICT facilities available to the student that we discussed earlier? What ICT competencies teacher has? Can student use? If we know as a teacher how to use that ICT, but if students are not using, then they do not know. Then what is the point? And ICT is is selected based on the characteristic of the learner. So like for upper primary classes, the need will be different. For secondary, it will be different. For higher secondary, it will be different. So all these things we have to consider. And also the parameter to be considered about the learner is like demographic, cognitive, physical, affective, and social. That means what are the social background of the student, what are the learning needs, what are the existing ideas, and where do they stay? Like depending upon the geographical region they are staying, so they might be having different learning experiences of the surrounding. Then cognitive, their existing idea, and also what do they might be knowing about this topic. So say they are in 10th standard, then they are knowing about the closed circuit, open circuit, making electrical connections. They might be knowing chemical effect of current, heating effect of current. Then accordingly we can proceed. Now, physiological condition is also important. That is also from inclusive point of view. We need to consider students of all learning needs, including like physically challenged or visually challenged, or anyway, what are their physical need? Are they comfortable? And also affective need, making connection with the students, and social needs. That is. Students should be facilitated to cooperate, collaborate, and also to interact with the teacher. So all these things we need to consider. And again, for this, for selecting e-content, depending upon the nature of the content, nature of the learner, nature of the context, some examples are given. Like for maths, the freely available software is GeoGebra, then Hangman English, then Calcium for chemistry. These are freely available resources. And then Avogadro for chemistry, then Marble for geography, and also Google Earth for geography. Then C comprise educational suite, that is subject specific, that is for primary level for all subjects. Audacity, OpenShot, Free Plane, GIMP, Turtle Block, depending, these are the generic, like Ceratech, DuxPaint. So the list of this freely available software has been taken from our NISTA program, and you might be knowing about our NISTA program. So you can use it very freely. And when you will start exploring, it is very helpful in designing our lesson. So for physics teaching, that is physics educational technology, interactive simulated experiments are available, and you have to just click it. Let me try whether it happens. Just copy the link and let us see it happens. It will open directly. You have to learn how to share the content. So this can be copied, and the content can be shared. The next is that, first of all, what is necessary for all this? It is necessary, just like in the traditional manner, first of all, we have to design our learning experiences. We have to plan our lesson in such a way that there are plenty of opportunity to interact with the learners. There are plenty of opportunity to interact with the technology, and there are plenty of opportunity to interact among themselves. So some reviewed simulated experiment, photo, video, YouTube. The URL can be shared with the student and then they can use it directly to study about it. Now, some mobile app that helps in enhancing teaching learning, like Anatomy 4D, Online Lab, Quiver, Skyview, Art and Culture, Star Tracker. That is also mobile app, motion animation, Street View, Kahoot, etc. So there are various mobile app also. These are example, and there is this has reviewed, and this has also been given in NISTA. You can simply download from the Play Store. So what are those mobile labs? Obviously, the name suggests online lab is there. Now, Kahoot is very useful mobile app through which you can do the assessment, and at the same time you can check the answer online just by using the mobile. Similarly, FIT is simulated experiment, Street View, that is also for the study of social science. So you can explore all these things. Now I would like to say, whatever content or pedagogy we are taking, is very important that it should be based on the learning outcome. So what are learning outcomes? I'd like to know are you aware of learning outcomes? I think it has been NCERT has shared with all the states, and it is while developing learning outcomes at the upper primary and secondary stage, we had shared our document with all the states, and we had got the feedback also. So now we are emphasizing on learning outcome based education, and many schools have been given a chart also, and many regional workshop were conducted. I had been there in Guwahati for the regional workshop on learning outcome, and I interacted with many teachers also there. So learning outcomes are actually guidelines for content, teaching, learning process and evaluation. It is shared vision. What will a student learn when we have transacted the lesson? So about this, teacher will know, student will know, parent will know, everybody involved in the teaching learning process will know. So there is transparency, there is clarity, students know that what is expected from them. So accordingly, it helps them to become autonomous learner. So they can monitor their own learning. So identify specifically what should be learned. Like one learning outcome is like plan and design experiment to find out answer, plan investigation and design experiment to find out answer of his own question. Like how the path of light is changed when it passes from one medium to another medium. Okay. How does the object cool when it is left in open, when it is left under the fan, when it is closed in a surrounding? So that is my question. So accordingly, I need to plan and design experiment. So this is one of the learning outcome. So convey the learners exactly what is exactly to be accomplished, and the answer of the question, why should a student study a particular concept? We know that these are very much vocal than we were in our students' time. So why should we study about this? They ask, I don't want to study further after 12th standard. Why should we study science? Why should we study chemical reaction? How it is going to help in my life? So if learning outcome is there, then students, they also understand the importance of all these things. Like one more example I will give, like at higher secondary stage, thermodynamics thermodynamics, and they think that it is only for passing the examination. Do we understand that how this concept can be applied in our everyday life? Our body itself is a thermodynamic system. Our refrigerator is a thermodynamic system. Our AC is a thermodynamic system. Our universe is a thermodynamic system. So the laws of thermodynamics is applicable everywhere. So if we understand all these things, if students understand the use of study of any concept, then they will be more interested and they will be ready to apply in their everyday life situations. And it is teacher centered, learner centered, and it also helps teacher to collect learning evidences. How can our administrator know that you have taught this?
हेलो मीटिंग चल रहा है
That is learn.
देखो रिलाना
না না ফিজ লাগতো না
Pragyata is a document prepared by NCERT. If you will type Pragyata on the computer, you will get this document. It is available on Ministry of Education also. So the document has been prepared after lots of consultation. So it is important to understand. So look here. In order for digital pedagogy understand this thing, first of all we need to have planning. Then let us review whatever we have thought. Let us see any modification can be done. Let us arrange where technology can be embedded, where some activity can be embedded, where previously recorded video can be embedded, and how can we guide our students. And also then obviously we need to interact with the students, and then important to give some assignment and also follow up assignment. And when they do their work, then it is very, very important to give feedback. And even if they have not done very well, then first of all we need to give appreciation, positive input, and then. So regarding all this, let us see what are the theoretical aspects. So all of us are experienced teacher. We know that all of us have content knowledge. All of us have pedagogical knowledge. Then pedagogical content knowledge is important. Technological pedagogical knowledge is important. And then technological content knowledge is important, and then most importantly technological pedagogical content knowledge. So for digital pedagogy, this TPAC, technological pedagogical content knowledge is very, very important. Now let us discuss about this, what is technological pedagogical content knowledge in detail. So pedagogical knowledge, it is okay, that is science and art teaching. How should we teach any concept? Say if we have to teach the concept of part of the plant, then what material we should use, how a student should be given activity, and how they should report their findings. We know this thing. Then technological content knowledge, that is which software we have to use, whether we have to send the video clip or audio clip program, or which software we have to use. We just now we discussed like Kahoot to be used for assessment, or exam.net is to be used, and also Coke to be used. And am I comfortable in using all this? Are my students comfortable in using this? And then technological pedagogical knowledge, that is whether this technology is suitable for understanding or not. We send video or we send our audio to all students. Possible that all students learn. So, what technology should be included, what pedagogy should be included, and then important is this is the higher order knowledge. All these TPAC, technological, pedagogical content knowledge. That means technology and how to integrate that technology with pedagogy. Like Kahoot is being used, even if there are 50 students in the class, they are having mobile, they give a password to them and we ask a question. So, MCQ say, so all of them will give the answer A, B, C or D. So immediately a bar graph will be displayed on the on this, and also who has given correct answer, who has given wrong answer. So the name is also visible. So that is Kahoot. So when to use? In between teaching learning, it can be used. That means you are having a TPAC. And even if you are using only for one day when lesson is over, then it means that you need to improve your TPAC. So how to use that? Similarly, FET, physical education technology. So during the teaching learning of concept itself, we need to use that FET. It is not that all alone isolation. So this part is important. Again, it is being re-emphasized only. Parameters that is to be considered while choosing digital content. Now I am going to discuss about NCERT initiatives, what NCERT has done in digital education, but what parameter, which software, course you will choose online, will you choose. So these are the parameters. Who is your target audience? To base knowledge, their socio-cultural background. What is the content? You select content according to need. And also, even if it is available anywhere, first of all, you check the content. There might be some error or some the way it is presented, it might lead to some misconception. So you check the content. Then pedagogical consideration to be checked. What are the objectives? What are the strategies? And is the presentation okay? The presentation is readable, and is it suitable for my special needs children? Technical hitch is not there. Can you administer all these things? Can you use this all this digital content? So it depends upon you. So actually, digital technology is very, very much students and very much teacher centered. Depend upon the teacher. There is no authority. There is no rule, no imposition that you have to use only this content. There are plenty of that is available. Now, this is also one of the best practices for teaching online, that instructor should be present. Now, this is a slide that I obtained on Teach Online .ASU Australian website. The teacher should be present or teach that and the student will learn. So, there should be interaction, there should be expectation, LO should be clear to student, even for teacher also LO should be clear, and as a teacher my learning objectives should be clear, and there should be prompt feedback, and there should be a scope for collaborative activity engaging students, and how to teach for online course. So some orientation of students is also important. there are some etiquette. It will take some time because all of us are used to more face-to-face interaction. So some etiquettes are there, some follow timing is there, time schedule is there. All these things should be discussed. Whatever you decide, let us decide all these things with the consultation of our student. Okay, and also technical information support needs to be provided, the link of all digital software, and also it should be related with the real world authentic experiences. These are some concept you might find that there are repetition, but I think you might be feeling that this is the same thing you were doing in your training, B.Ed and from 2000 NCF to 2005. What NCERT initiative in digital education? So first of all, you look all this website can be visited. Like there is Diksha portal, digital infrastructure for school education. You go for school education and you go for subject, you go for class, and then you can select many videos, textbook, not only NCERT textbook. Find textbook various states in various language also. In Assamia also it is available, in Bangla, in Tamil, Telugu, all language textbook are available. And then NCERT has prepared alternative academic calendar during lockdown period in the month of March. So you can download it from the website. And what is how can you use it? Like lesson wise, some learning objective are given, learning outcomes are given, and what software you can use. It is embedded there. Just you copy it down, paste, and you can find out the relevant material. You do not need to search the material. So alternative academic calendar has been released out by our Honorable Education Minister, and it is being used in all schools, in KV, in NV, and in all government school it is being used, and it is very helpful for the teacher. Then there is NCERT official. Just you type NCERT official. You can type youtube.com and then type NCERT official. So there are continuous live, there are live video from 10 to 5:30 every day, including Saturday, Sunday, and it was held during lockdown period also. Video comprises content for student right from the preschool to the class 12 to the teacher education, general education, program. Many videos are there, and the specialty of this site is that you can interact directly with the presenter. Like just you find out, type NCERT official, you go to NCERT official, or you go to Twitter or Ministry of Education website, you will find the timetable of the days. Next week time schedule you can find, and then you can select, and then say you have selected to interact in maths class to the maths teacher, and it is scheduled at 3 o'clock. You be prepared with your question and you ask question with the presenter. Then e-Pathshala is there. E-Pathshala also lots of textbooks are available, and this is available online, and this is very, very helpful mobile lab, and till now there are crores and crores of students have downloaded this, more than 20 crore I came to know. Then Shikshat Parv was held recently, and I think that was from 5th to 25th September, and there was live telecast, and all stalwart of education, including ministry and all higher education experts also participated in this. and but recording is also available, so you can visit Shikshak Pav to keep yourself up to date regarding the future of education. Like it, lots of discussion were held on NEP 2020, what are given in 2020. So if we listen, it becomes easier. Once we read NEP, then we listen also, then we listen discussion also, then we listen some criticism also, what are the limitation, then it gives us some idea about it. Then Pragyata, that is guideline for digital education. So in Pragyata, it is given that for up to primary stage, online education should be only for 30 minutes, not more than this. For upper primary, it should be up to 8th, it should be for 2 hours only. And that also with break. So one class, half an hour, then give break, and then give again, then give break. And for 9 to 12, it can be 6 periods, 3 periods. So there is student learning enhancement guideline is also there. Learning enhancement guideline. So that is also helpful. You can search on the web. Then cyber safety is also very important aspect. When students are learning online, then there are many issues of bullying, and also they might visit to some prohibited sites. So all these things students should be oriented, and therefore it is important that parents should also be oriented that what should they do when students, their wards are attending the class. So they should remain present there in order to avoid all the for cyber safety, and also to support, to facilitate students learning, because it is possible that the video is on and student is not listening. Then PM eVidya. Now we are interacting just at the right time. So today is 9th September. So till now the date of launch of PM eVidya is 1st October. It will be launched by our ministry. The time has not been communicated, what time. So PM eVidya, what is this PM eVidya? There will be 12 channels devoted exclusively for each class, from class 1 to class 12, and there will be continuous broad telecast of the textbook material, just like teacher teaches. So for class 6, the timetable has been made like the first slot, the second slot, and in between some easy videos, some lighter videos have been given, like games, sports, or music. So all of you definitely you join and PM eVidya program on 1st October. And then NCERT has developed 60 radio channels. And you will be happy to know that Radio Guwahati is also there. Radio Luit is also there, 90.8 megahertz FM. That is available in Assam. Then iRadio is there. So that is available. That is mobile app. You can download and listen anytime. Then JioSaavn. So many of these are community radio. So you can contact your local radio channel to find out the details about this. So here also the lesson is being recorded and it is being telecast. And you will be happy to know that many of these, like PM eVidya recording here in CIT. Now presently I am posted in CIT, Central Institute of Professional Technology. Literally 24 hours work is going on here to record and edit the video. And PM eVidya, this lockdown period has been done, and many radio channel program has been recorded during lockdown period. Then there are MOOC program, massive open online course. So we are doing more than 25 MOOC program NCERT. So you can log in any MOOC program NCERT, you can log in, and then you can join. So it is very, very helpful for student also as well as for the teacher also, because in MOOC, what is the specialty of MOOC? Every chapter there are four quadrants. So in one quadrant, text will be there. In second quadrant, MCQ will be there. And the third quadrant, video recording will be there. Video lecture will be there. And the fourth quadrant, many video links we are given. So you can click on the relevant link. So there is no need of searching. If you want, you can, but there is no need of going for many other link. Plenty of resources are given. So it is free of cost. You can just log in and you can do MOOC courses. So it is suggested whatever topics subject you are teaching. If you join MOOC course, it is available for Hindi, English, physics, chemistry, economics. For many subject it is available. For many subject it is under the process. And then online diploma course in science, and this has been done for the teachers who have to teach science but they do not have science background. And also it is like refresher course, because in science all the concept have been given right from zero. Like for the density, for 8th class teacher, 8th class student, it is not said that density is defined upon mass upon volume. So let us do some activity. Let us sink and float activity. Then there is online activity, drag and drop, and then there is MCQ. And if you answer the question, only then you can move ahead. If you do not answer question, you cannot move ahead. But there are certain price, and government is sponsoring it. Many state government is sponsoring this. I think it is 2000, around 2000 course, and it is you will get diploma here. So this is very useful. We have worked very hard in making all these things. And then obviously online professional development. So there is NISTHA program. So NISTHA online is available, and NISTHA now presently after lockdown we have prepared NISTHA online. So many video have been prepared. You can log in and you can join there. And presently live telecast is being done in the evening time schedule. You will find out like 5 to 6 o'clock is there, 4:30 to 5:30 is there. Live telecast is there. You can join and you can ask any question in between. So NISTHA package is available. You can join NISTHA. NISTHA, there are discussion forum. So if you interact with each other, so that will also help you to find out various ways. And in NISTHA for secondary also training materials are available. Now this is the page of Department of Education in Science and Maths. So there are many textbook also available. There is a teacher handbook for classic science available. Then Q&A science and mathematics about NCL. This is very helpful because you are going to the field and you will provide training to the teachers. So you can just read it. It is given in very small chunk matter, small question answer matter. It will help you. So source book of assessment. So what are the various ways of doing assessment? And all these are available online. So there are many things. And then NCERT official website. This is NCERT official website. So you can see that there are many telecasts. It is there. Then also this is NISTHA website. So NISTHA, there are video tutorial is there. And also I would like to say, suggest all of you that all of you are working very hard. You are training the teacher. So whatever you are doing, so my suggestion is this: you make a report of this, take photograph, give 1-page writing, take feedback of your participant teacher, and then upload this. So that is also very important, because doing work in isolation, nobody even knows. So that way you will remain self-motivated. You will feel happy. You will have joyful teaching and learning when you will share your findings with your friends and community. So website for mental health also. Now this is the issue. Manodarpan website was launched by the ministry, and Manodarpan website is there for teacher as well as for student, for the parent also. Because we, socially cut off, we also feel like feel isolated. So every day some counseling session is there. And these are definitely you note it down. these are the Swayam Prabha channel, on which channel you can watch. So if you have DD free dish, you note it down, please. If you have DD free dish, you can watch 128 channel number to observe YouTube NCRT official. For Dish TV, it is 950. Tata Sky channel number 756. For Airtel 450. For Videocon connection 477. For Sun Direct 793. And also there is Jio TV mobile app. So, like I have got Airtel, so I watch on 450, channel number 450, YouTube official. So these are some examples from the Insta. You think about this activity you can give to a student, that what are the ICT facility required for teaching learning topic, and is this facility available to you or your school? And this is the website given, two website, and the teachers are teaching by two way. So what are your reflect on it? And then one example is given, like agriculture topic is being taught. Then what are the major crops grown around the world? Make a list. Talk to a parent, talk to your surroundings, and participate in a discussion forum. Why, find out, cut and list various agriculture activities around you. Collect information. Then make assessment. Assessment software H5P and Google Form is also very, very helpful. And then also you can include game, sports, puppet, anything. So these are some examples I have given. Now, before moving further, I would like to add something general strategies. Like one example, how to ensure presence of all the learners. So for digital pedagogy, you learn something, but now I am going to discuss the issue how to involve student actively, because I am not able to see all of them, whether they are listening or they are just sleeping or playing. So one few activity, this is, you can do many other also, like every day let us wish our student in different way, like good morning children, good morning class, hello, so there should be some unpredictability. नमस्कार बच्चों, प्रणाम बच्चों, सादर प्रणाम बच्चों,
नमस्ते मैडम, कौन सुपर है?
So namaskar, different way, we will keep some innovation, some new thing, then student will look forward to our class. That is one thing. Second thing is that, say next day I am going to start topic metal and non-metal. So, then we will give student this assignment, that when I say metal and non-metal, then what comes to your mind? Make a picture of it or bring some material near it. Like one example can be had. Just look at this. Is it metal or non-metal? Is it metal or non-metal? So show something which you have collected. And then it can be just for fun. So tomorrow everybody will join the class in blue color, pink color, because they are not wearing uniform. So there is some enthusiasm should be there. And then in between, everybody wants to share their learning experiences. What is there? And also they can draw the diagram then and there, and then they can share the screen. Not only this, like we say we draw a flower. Okay, so show me on the screen. So this way we can they can show on their screen. So these are simple things. Being creative, we can do many other things. So one thing I'd like to show you, that is is it visible? You might be asking that how to do activity. So this is a coil and this is a cell. Okay, so when we have connected it, and when we bring a compass near it, now there is deflection in the compass. There is deflection in the compass. So we can show it. There is deflection in the compass. When it is disconnected, there is no connection in the compass. So similarly, if we are using a spring balance, then we can show that, look, these are the scales. So that means the way we are teaching, we were teaching, we can use that with our camera. Now, look here, I have got a thermometer. So in class 6, the concept of measurement is there. So look at the thermometer and try to find out just their graduation is there. You try to read it. And also, I take my camera and I will show one activity there. Just 1 minute. Now, can you see something? Can you see? No.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, we can see. Yes, we can see.
Can you
ma'am.
see magnet?
Magnet, yes.
Yes.
That is
Now,
compass.
and you see how needles have arranged there. And this is the uniform magnetic field because lines, all the compass needle are aligned along a straight line. So magnetic field is uniform. So similarly, you can think, you can plan, you can design any activity, and the basics of doing activity are same. Like say student make a simple torch, then doing a simple activity itself, they can learn so many concepts like open circuit, closed circuit, and electric current only flow when circuit is complete. Good conductor are material that conduct electric current. Bad conductor do not conduct. Electricity is a form of energy. Electric energy can be converted to other form of energy. Electric energy can be stored in battery. So what have they learned? So this is important. So the simplest assignment we can give to student is that we give some sentence stem, like I learned today, dash dash. They will fill up. What else I wanted to learn? I understood this concept very well. I want to know more about this. That's all. 3-4 sentences they will write, and then we can interact. So it is very, very important that some groups are set up for the student. For first a smaller group, then larger group. So WhatsApp group can be set up. So teachers need to take initiative in making group of the student, and they should collaborate. And other thing is that, other technique is that we need to be in contact with all our students. So, but very 24 hours time we cannot devote. So let us fix one time for half an hour, for 1 hour. So you can call me, you can WhatsApp me, you can send message to me between this time so that I can respond to you. This is very, very important. Students should feel connected. Students should feel respected, valued. So learner centered is very important.
Hello.
Then
Hello.
yes, the next is that like even for metal and non-metal, if students are doing something, identifying, yes, one, yes, metal, non-metal. If some simple investigation we do that, you find out the material and nature of the material, make a list of the list of those things with the help of your parents and siblings. That what is that material made up of? Like the table, it is made up of wool, wood. What is this material? This cloth is cloth. It is made up of cotton. So similarly, it is metal or non-metal. And then classify element, and then explain the process that how metal conduct and does not conduct, and then draw a diagram. So these are some learning outcomes of the student. And one simple activity like this activity can also be done. Now, this activity can be given to student as assignment, and this can be done here also in front of the camera. That sound is produced by a vibrating body. Let us take water on a tray and when we
Prabha, ma'am?
strike it. Yes.
Shashi Prabha ma'am, you can wind up because the Pratham will take their session.
Okay, just last slide it is. So this activity can be done, student can see that there is vibration in water, so sound is produced by vibration. So that's all, and I thank you very much for listening so much patiently, and I thank you UNICEF for giving me opportunity to interact with all of you. So there are lots and lots of scope and creativity and critical thinking and innovation is required on the part of teacher also. So there is no prescription, just keep on doing, keep on exploring. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.